Welcome to today's Explainer. It's wild, but the average production team loses literally 30% of their working hours just putting out unexpected fires. Today, we're going to talk about transforming your production floor from a constant, stressful state of emergency into a smooth, proactive, and honestly, highly efficient process. If you've ever felt like your team is constantly playing whack-a-mole with issues instead of actually building inventory, well, this breakdown is exactly what you need.
Okay, let's dive into this. I want you to ask yourself honestly, are you letting your very next event completely dictate your entire farm's production schedule? It's so incredibly common in this industry to feel overwhelmed by that constant looming crunch of prepping for whatever is happening this weekend. It feels like you're always just one step behind, desperately trying to catch up. But you know what? It absolutely doesn't have to be that way.
So here's our roadmap for today's Explainer. We're going to cover 1. The panic print cycle. 2. Understanding sales velocity. 3. Think in quarters. 4. Setting production priorities. And finally, 5. Building the pipeline.
Let's jump right into Section 1, the panic print cycle, and how we finally stop those endless fire drills.
This right here is the exhausting loop that burns out so many teams. You look at the calendar, bam, an event is coming. Suddenly, it's a total emergency. You panic print whatever you think is missing. The event happens, and guess what? Your inventory is completely empty again, and the cycle repeats. Panic print again for the next one. This loop completely hijacks your production capacity. I mean, you literally cannot make every single product for every event the week before. It just isn't sustainable.
To shift out of this panic, we have to change our fundamental question. We need to stop asking, what do we need for this Saturday? That's just short-term reactivity. Instead, we've got to ask, what do we need for the next 90 days? Now that is long-term strategy. It's really about pulling your vision back from the immediate horizon to see the bigger picture.
Moving on to Section 2, understanding sales velocity, which is really the core metric for this whole system.
So the crucial point is that production has absolute physical limits. Your printers have limits. Your staff, your storage, your setup space, they all max out. Because of those strict constraints, you have to understand sales velocity. Put simply, sales velocity just means how quickly a product sells over a given period of time. Grasping this allows you to use your actual sales history to answer the critical questions, like how much inventory do we normally need and exactly how long does it take to replace what just sold. Let's put that into perspective. A product that moves 40 units per month has a vastly different production need than a product selling 4 units a month, right? Even if both of these items are incredibly popular with your customers, treating them exactly the same on the production floor is a huge mistake. The 40-unit product needs a steady, robust stream of production, while that 4-unit product, it might just need a small batch every now and then. Your velocity has to dictate your energy.
All right, Section 3, think in quarters. Let's get ourselves some 90-day breathing room. We need to establish a simple, predictable 90-day rhythm. Quarter 1 is January through March. Quarter 2 is April through June, and so on. Taking this wider view gives your production team the actual time they need to build complete assortments. Think about it. A single product family might require multiple colors, sizes, display pieces, and refill stock. That kind of assortment can literally take weeks to build correctly. You simply cannot pull that off on a Thursday night before a Saturday event. At the start of every single quarter, you should sit down and review these specific factors. Check your best sellers from the previous quarter. Anticipate the seasonal demand coming up next. Note any major upcoming events on the horizon. Identify the products that repeatedly sell out but equally important. Identify your slow-moving inventory so you don't waste precious time overproducing it. I mean, nobody wants to trip over that same box of unsold merch from 2021, right? This review prevents surprises and makes sure you're using your capacity efficiently.
Which brings us to Section 4. Setting production priorities. Because, let's face it, not all products are created equal. You should really categorize your products into specific production tiers. High-velocity items sell constantly and need continuous replenishment. Medium-velocity items sell steadily, but they don't need daily production. Low-velocity items add great variety but require way less backstock. And finally, new or test products should always start with highly controlled quantities until their sales actually prove they deserve more of your production time. This tiered system perfectly prevents you from clogging up your printers with slow movers while accidentally running out of your top sellers. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is how utilizing these tiers completely shifts your mindset. You stop asking, can we print this before Saturday, and start asking, when does production need to start so the full assortment is ready when demand arrives?
This right here is the absolute hallmark of proactive assortment building. You're no longer just printing a single missing item. You're orchestrating the readiness of an entire product line well in advance.
Finally, Section 5, Building the Pipeline, the ultimate proactive shift.
And this brilliantly illustrates how every smart production decision combines three vital elements into a winning formula. First up, sales velocity, how fast it normally sells. Second, replacement time, how long it takes to actually print, finish, assemble, package, and restock it. And third, upcoming demand. Are there holidays, big TikTok trends, or retail pushes coming? A fast-selling item with a long replacement time has to be produced much earlier and kept at a higher stock level than some slow seller you can easily replace in a single afternoon.
This concept is so important that it's known as the CREW rule. Do not judge your production needs only by what is missing from the shelf today. You absolutely must look ahead. If you know you have a heavy event season coming up and an item reliably sells 30 units a month, do not wait until the week before the event to realize you only have 5 left. Build your inventory gradually while your printers actually have available capacity.
Let's move to and see how this builds into an actual pipeline. This exact pathway is how you transform raw information into a beautifully smooth system. It starts with raw sales data. That data reveals your velocity. From the velocity, you generate a forecast. That forecast then informs your 90-day quarterly plan. The plan dictates your daily production, which finally results in seamless replenishment. This sequence right here is exactly what breaks you out of the panic cycle.
Honestly, if you take away just one single concept from this entire explainer, it should be this core quote from our source material. We should produce for the next 90 days, not just the next Saturday. That one mental shift gives you the actual time to replace goods, build complete, beautiful assortments, and prepare for demand long before it ever has a chance to become an emergency.
So, I'll leave you with this thought to reflect on today. Take a hard look at your shop right now. Is your production a smoothly flowing pipeline, or is it just another fire drill waiting to happen? You have the concepts to build that pipeline today, but exactly how do you calculate your precise replacement times? Well, we'll leave you to ponder that until our next explainer. Thanks for hanging out and joining us today.